So in this class we will discuss about design of slab by yield scheme. So normally rectangular slabs will be asked in the examination. So we will take a rectangular slab, two-way slab. So we have to design a slab of size 4 meter by 6 meter, simply supported along the edges. So all the four edges they are simply supported like this. To carry a service load of 4 kg per meter square. So service load means we have to multiply that load by 1.5. So working load, service load, we tell you like that. So we have to multiply that by 1.5 to get the design load and the factor load. If they give design load, you need not multiply. It is already multiplied by 1.5. So now the live load is 4 kg per meter square. The coefficient of orthogonality is 0.75. That means the moment carrying capacity in one direction is taken as mu, in the other direction it will be 0.75 times mu. That is the meaning of orthogonality. Isotropic means it is moment carrying capacity is same in both the directions. Now this is the plan of this slab. The material has been M20 count and F4 by speed. So in the case of wheel line theory, single supported edges are shown like this, single hand. They are shown like this. Here he has given 4 meter by 6 meter. I will take this as 6 meter L. 4 meter is B. So this B is nothing but alpha into L. That is the rotation. So according to that, this alpha into L is 4 meter, L is 6 meter. So alpha becomes 4 by 6, which is 0.667. And he has given the coefficient of orthogonality mu, denoted by mu, 0.75. Characteristic strength of concrete, M20 concrete is 20 Newton per meter square, and steel is 415 Newton per mm square. Now in the code IS 456, he has given one criteria to fix the depth of this slab, two-way slab. So for a two-way slab with a P4 steel, the overall depth can assume that short span divided by 28. So you can get a graph for taking the overall depth in the IS 456. According to that, we are going to say short span divided by 28. Short span is 4000 divided by 28. 4000 mm, of course. So 4 meter is 4000 mm. So you are going to get 143 mm. Now let us say we will round it off to 150 mm. So 143 we get that. So we will increase it to 150 mm. Now your effective depth will be this overall depth minus effective cover. So I will assume effective cover as 25 mm minimum. So it becomes 125 mm. So effective depth becomes 125 mm for this slab. Overall depth is 150 mm. Effective cover I am assuming 25 mm. Now let us calculate the loads and bending moments, and we will design the reinforcement for the maximum bending moment. Now self weight he has given of course 25 kilonewton per meter cube is the density of box 60. So we have assumed overall depth as 150 mm. So 150 mm means 0.15 meter. So multiply this will get self weight in kilonewton per meter square 3.75. Live load given is 4 kilonewton per meter square, and we let us assume floor finish of 1 kilonewton per meter square. So if you add all these three, you are going to get 8.75 kilonewton per meter square. This is the total load. So total load. Now the design load, since all these are service loads, we have to multiply all of them by 1.5. So design load will be 1.5 into 8.75, which is 13.125 kilonewton per meter square. Now that is the load calculation. The design load we have got on this slab 13.125 kN per meter square, including both live load and dead load. Now let us calculate the bending moment according to wheel line theory. So this last video class I had given some expressions for the value of ultimate moment capacity of the section, which is denoted by small mu. This small mu is nothing but your bending moment, maximum bending moment. In the case of RCC, we call it as capital mu. In the case of wheel line shape, we call it as small mu. So for an orthogonally reinforced rectangular slab, this is the formula. This is the equation which we are going to use for to find the mu value. Now in this we have to substitute all the values. So W alpha square n square by 24 into root of 3 plus alpha square mu minus alpha into root mu whole square. So we have to remember this. So once you remember this is general formula for a rectangular slab. For a orthotopically reinforced rectangular slab, this is the formula to find the ultimate moment of resistance. Just like what we do in case of policy WL square by 8 for maximum bending moment. If we use yield line theory, this is the formula to calculate the maximum bending moment, or we can say ultimate moment. Mu means ultimate moment carrying capacity. Now here we have to substitute all the values. WU is 13.125 into alpha square. Alpha we have calculated here. It is 0.667. So 0.667 square into L is 4 meters. That is shorter span 4 square divided by 24 into root of 3 plus once again alpha square is 0.667 square into mu is 0.75. We have given here 0.75 minus alpha is 0.667 into root mu is root of 0.75. So whole square. The entire thing whole square. Now if you simplify this, you get 13.632 kilonewton meter as the answer. So this is your, for this value you have to design the reinforcement. Now we have to check whether the section is under reinforced or over reinforced, because we can use yield line theory only for under reinforced section. So for in case of under reinforced section, the condition is you have to calculate limiting value of moment of resistance that should be always greater than maximum bending moment. So if this condition is satisfied, then it is under reinforced section. So for calculating limiting value of moment of resistance, the formula which is given in the code IS 456 is mu lim is equal to 0.138 FCK b square. Now substitute for in this case the 0.138 into FCK is 1020. So 20 into B is 1000 per slab. Width of the slab 1 meter we are going to take. D is 125. Effective depth we have taken here. So whole square. We are going to get the value in Newton millimeter. Convert that into kilonewton meter. So 43.125 kilonewton meter is the value of mu lim. Now if you can observe that mu is 13.632, mu lim is 43.125. The mu lim is greater than mu. That means it is an under reinforced section. So yield line theory can be applied. This is very important. If it becomes over reinforced section, then we cannot use that yield line theory. So we have to check this. This is a very important check. So before designing the reinforcement, we have to use this. We have to check whether mu lim is greater than mu. Now after this condition is satisfied, you can see here that what is the short span moment. So along the short span, so the moment is mu, which I have already calculated 13.632 kilonewton meter. Along the longer span, moment is reduced. It is given by mu into mu. So mu is 0.75 for 10.224. We are going to get. Now we have to design the reinforcement for shorter span by taking this value of bending moment, and for the longer span by taking this value of bending moment. Now the design runs like this, just like similar to your design of reinforcement in two-way slab. So in the shorter direction, first let us design the reinforcement. So mu corresponding mu in shorter direction is 13.632, FCK is 20, Fy is 415. Now directly you can read the value of reinforcement from SP16. Otherwise, you have to use the equation to calculate AST from the code, and you have to solve that equation. It is a quadratic equation. So by solving, you are going to get two values of AST, out of which one value of AST is admissible. In this case, you get AST as 319 millimeter square. So by assuming the diameter of this one as 8 mm, so spacing, because it is a slab, you have to calculate spacing. Spacing is given by area of the ball divided by reinforcement required into 1000. That is for 1 meter length. So you are going to get 158, say 150. So normally the spacing is a little bit reduced. So if you want to provide a reinforcement of 319 millimeter square, you have to provide 8 mm balls at 150 mm center to center along the shorter direction. Along the shorter direction is this one. So this reinforcement. So this becomes now tau 8 at the 150 center to center. Now in the other direction, longer direction also we have to design the reinforcement. For that we have to take 10.2 to 4 kN as the bending moment, and as is that similar to this what we designed in shorter direction. According to the SP16, the charts are given for the value of mu and FCK and Fy. You can directly read the AST value. In this case, you are going to get slightly less because moment is less, 236 km². Once again, by assuming 8 mm diameter for spacing becomes 230, that you can reduce to 200 or 210. So the reinforcement provided in the longer direction, that means like this. In this direction, it is tau 8 at 210 center to center. So that is the reinforcement. In plan you can see like this. In sectional elevation you can see the reinforcement like this. So I have taken the shorter direction 4 meter length. The main steel. So main steel is tau 8 at 150 center to center, and the perpendicular to that shorter direction, that is the reinforcement in the longer direction, it is shown like this. So that is tau 8 at 210 mm center to center, and at the top you can provide some nominal reinforcement just to have the stability of the structure. So this need not be designed. So the top reinforcement need not be designed. Only bottom reinforcement in both directions you have to design. So only difference here in your actual, in your whatever limit state method in RCC, design of two-way slab you are doing, there you are calculating the maximum bending moment by using that WF²/8 formula. Simply supported being slab with carrying UDL. So because dead load and live load can be converted to UDL, and WF²/8 is the formula. But here in inline analysis you are going to have beyond the elastic state. So then we are going to use this formula for an orthotropically reinforced rectangular slab. In the same problem, if they give isotropically reinforced rectangular slab, mu becomes 1. Please note that mu is equal to 1. So that is the change here. You have to make a note here. Suppose if it is isotropic for the same problem, isotropically reinforced slab, so we have to take mu is equal to 1. So in this formula, mu value you have to take 1. If it is other than 1, then it is orthotropic. Please remember that. And second point is, suppose if it is a square slab. A square slab is also a 2A slab because L is equal to B, L by B ratio is equal to 1. If it is a square slab, then what happens is, so the value of alpha will be equal to 1. Because alpha is the ratio of that shorter span to longer span. If both spans are equal, then alpha becomes 1. So if it is combined, isotropic and square, then both you have to take mu is equal to 1 and alpha is equal to 1 in this formula, and you have to calculate mu. And of course, if it is a square slab, since alpha is equal to 1, so this whatever this reinforcement is there in both the directions, definitely it will be same. And if mu is equal to 1 also, reinforcement becomes same in both the directions. Only if mu is different, your reinforcement will be different in both the directions, and that reinforcement has to be designed for these two values of bending moment. Please note that along shorter span, moment is mu, along longer span, moment is mu into mu. If mu is equal to 1, then both these two will be equal. That means it is an isotropically reinforced slab. So in an isotropically reinforced slab, reinforcement is same in both the directions. That is why it is called as isotropic. If it is orthotropic, reinforcement percentage will be different in perpendicular directions. In both the directions, it will not be same, there will be slight variation. So this is a simple example of a rectangular slab, two-way slab, which is simply supported at all the four edges, given the loading conditions and the coefficient of orthotropic.